Good morning, students. So, I want to explain about investment decisions or capital budgeting. Before explaining these investment decisions or capital budgeting, myself, Dr. Nayak, I am working as associate professor and I am handling finance and accounting subject. So, in financial management, today I want to explain this topic about investment decisions. See, investment decision, it is one of the important decisions, crucial decisions which are taken by the financial manager or financial executive. And according to financial investment decision, how much quantum of fund is invested in the form of fixed assets, that is for purchase of land and building, for construction of plant layout, for installation of machinery, for purchasing new machines, renovation of the existing factory building, etc. etc. So this type of crucial decision which is taken by the financial controller or executive in all types of organizations. This is a brief introduction about investment decisions. Now, I want to explain about the methods of capital budgeting, methods of investment decisions or capital budgeting. See, for the financial management point of view, we have two methods in investment decisions or capital budgeting. Number one is traditional methods. Traditional methods. These traditional methods includes the various sub methods under that. Number one is payback period method. Payback period method. The second one is accounting rate of return method. Accounting rate of return method. Return method or average rate of return method. These two comes under traditional methods. Second important method is discounted cash flow methods. Discounted cash flow methods. See, discounted cash flow methods includes the various types of methods under that. Number one is internal rate of return method, that is called IRR method, internal rate of return method. Second one is NPV, that is net present value method. Number three is profitability index method, that is PI, profitability index methods. Number four is modification of IRR method. Modification of IRR method. So these are the important methods for evaluating the capital budgeting proposals or projects. Let us see number one, payback period method. See, according to this method or according to payback period method, the project will generate the necessary cash flows to recover the initial investment. To recover initial investment according to pay. In other words, according to payback period, it refers to a method where a company can recover the initial investment or original investment from out of cash inflows or out of profit is called payback period method. Suppose a company investing a sum of rupees 10 lakhs in a particular project, and a company has to recover the 10 lakh rupees initial investment out of the profit or out of cash flows. That is called payback period method. See, for the calculation of payback period method, we have two types are there. There are two types for the calculation of payback period. See, one is calculation of payback period. I will show you calculation of payback period. Under that, number one, when the cash inflow is constant or uniform. See, this is the first type of method for calculation payback period. When the cash inflow is constant or uniform. Suppose, for example, one, a company investing a sum of rupees 10 lakh in a particular project, and the annual cash inflow of rupees 2 lakhs for 10 years. For 10 years. How to calculate payback period? Means a company initially investing a sum of rupees 10 lakh, and cash inflow means the profit generating by the company a sum of rupees 2 lakhs up to 10 years. Means the cash inflow up to 10 years uniform, 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh rupees. So at the time, how to calculate payback period here? In this case, payback period equals original investment divided by annual cash inflow. See, suppose I told you a company investing the sum of rupees 10 lakh, that is called original investment, divided by annual cash inflow of rupees 2 lakhs up to 10 years. 10 lakh divided by 2 lakh, so payback period is 5 years. Understand this? Means a company investing rupees 10 lakh and company is getting cash inflow is 2 lakh up to 10 years. So the payback period is 5 years. Means a company should recover its initial investment is of rupees 10 lakh up to 5 years. Means before 5 years a company never recovered initial investment. This is first example. See, second example. A project required an initial investment of rupees 1 lakh and it yields a cash inflow of rupees 20,000 for 5 years. 20,000 for 5 years. What is the payback period? Means a company investing a sum of rupees 1 lakh and cash inflow is rupees 20,000 for 5 years. What is the payback period? Now apply equation. Payback period equals original investment divided by annual cash inflow. Original investment is 1 lakh divided by annual cash inflow is our profit is 20,000. So 5 years. 5 years means after 5 years only we can recover our initial investment. This is if they given original investment, they given cash inflow, then you have to apply this equation, you will get answer means after 5 years only we can recover our initial investment as sum of rupees 1 lakh rupees. Now in some questions they will give sales, they will give various cost. Various cost means what? Material cost, labor cost, indirect expenses, supervision charges, maintenance charges, etc. etc. they are given. And how to calculate payback period, that I will explain. Yeah, dear student, we see question number 4. In that question, the company want to purchasing 2 types of machines. One is automatic machine, another is ordinary machine. And for this estimate life of this machine is, one machine is 6 years, another machine is 8 years. And original cost of automatic machine is rupees 4,48,000 and ordinary machine is 1,20,000. And apart from that, they given information regarding, I told you, the sales of both the machines given. Then they given various costs, material cost, labor cost, overhead cost, etc. And what is the payback period? What is the payback period? So before calculation of payback period, first we want to know the cash inflow. Cash inflow after tax but before depreciation. Cash inflow after tax, before depreciation you want. So here you have to take question number 4, the solution. Calculation of cash inflow after tax before depreciation of these 2 machines. These 2 machines, let us see particulars. Then automatic machine, then ordinary machine. The company want to purchase 2 types of machine. One is automatic machine, another is ordinary machine. Let us see. A, you have to take sales. Sales is given here for automatic machine is, for example, 3 lakh. Then ordinary machine is machine also 3 lakh. That is called sales. That is A. Less cost. Less cost. Under cost They are given various costs. One is material cost. Material cost. Material cost is first machine 1 lakh. Another machine also 1 lakh. Then labor cost or another one is wages 24,000 and 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Then overheads and overheads they given 48,000 and 40,000. 48,000, 40,000. This is called total cost. Total cost, that is called B. Total cost B. So total cost is machinery is 1,72,000 and another ordinary machine is 2,60,000. 2,60,000. So we know sales A, we know total cost B. So A minus B means sales minus cost is called cash inflow or profit. Cash inflow, that is A minus B equals 3 lakh minus 1,72,000 is 1,28,000. Then 3 lakh minus 2,60,000. 3 lakh minus 2,60,000 is 40,000. Now here you observe this solution. You have to see this solution. The cash inflow is 1,28,000 is constant up to 6 years. Another company, the cash inflow is 40,000 is constant uniform up to 8 years. Means cash inflow is uniform. So at that time you have to apply this equation. What? Payback period equals original investment divided by annual cash inflow. Annual cash inflow. This is the equation. Now automatic machine. Original investment is rupees 4,48,000. Original investment 4,48,000 divided by annual cash inflow is 1,28,000. 4,48,000 divided by 1,28,000. You will get payback period. So another original investment, another machine is 1,20,000 divided by 3 lakhs. Divided by 3 lakhs. So you will get 3.5. First one is 3.5 years. This divide is 3.5 years. So another is 4 years. Payback period is 4 years. See, you observe these two payback period. If they ask any suggestions, company sometimes ask suggestions from finance manager, which company are suggesting. So here automatic machine is suggesting because the automatic machine's payback period is less than that of ordinary machine. See, automatic machine payback period is 3.5 years. Another company is, other company is 4 years. So machine, automatic machine should be preferred for purchasing. So that is called payback period.